is Malcolm asking the question of who are you? Who are you? Okay? And even before the term Black liberation theology was created, one of those people who preached Black liberation theology, even though he was a Muslim, would be Malcolm X. But in this 59-second video, Malcolm talks about what happened to us when our history and culture was stolen from us. What the effect was, because Black liberation theology also comes out of a movement of fighting against oppression, fighting against white supremacy, and trying to reclaim what was taken away from us. So I'm going to try to play this.
Who are you? You don't know. Don't tell me Negro. That's nothing. What were you before the white man named you a Negro? And where were you? And what did you have? What was yours? What language did you speak then? What was your name? It couldn't have been Smith or Jones or Butch or Powell. That wasn't your name. They don't have those kind of names where you and I came from. No, what was your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? What is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? How did the man, what did the man do to make you his son? As you are right now.
All right, so when we talk about Black liberation theology, we have to talk about Dr. James Hal Cone, Dr. James H. Cone, known as the father of Black liberation theology. And we know he passed away in 2018. How many people are familiar with Dr. James H. Cone? Okay, and I probably first became familiar with him in about 1994 when I was in college at Wayne State University, undergrad at Wayne State, because I read his book, Martin Malcolm in America, A Dream or a Nightmare, which is one of the best books dealing with an analysis between Dr. King and Malcolm X. And if you actually understand the history of both of them, toward the end of both of their lives, their ideologies were converging. And actually, they wanted to work together because in January 1965, Malcolm goes to Selma, Alabama to meet with Dr. King, but Dr. King's in jail, and Malcolm meets with Coretta Scott King. Okay, so but they were both assassinated before they could meet up, before they could connect. They met only one time, March 26, 1964, at the U.S. Senate debate for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And if you read the reports of the meeting, they met for a couple of minutes. But Malcolm tells Dr. King, I'm pouring all of my effort into the heart of the Civil Rights Movement. Because this was later in the same month that Malcolm officially separated from the Nation of Islam, March 8, 1964. So when Malcolm leaves the Nation of Islam, he actually, even though he creates the Organization of Afro-American Unity, and we know he delivers that speech by any means necessary, June 28, 1964, announcing the formation of the Organization of Afro-American Unity and laying out their 5-plank platform. But Malcolm also joins the Civil Rights Movement after he leaves the Nation of Islam. And one of the themes of the Ballad of the Bullet, and he delivered a version of the Ballad of the Bullet at King Solomon Baptist Church here in Detroit, April 12, 1964. One of the themes of the Ballad of the Bullet was interjecting Black nationalism into the Civil Rights Movement and radicalizing the Civil Rights Movement. Now, what is Black liberation theology? Black liberation theology, or also known as Black theology, refers to a theological perspective which originated among African-American seminarians and scholars, and in some African-American churches in the United States, and later in other parts of the world. It contextualizes Christianity in an attempt to help those of African descent overcome oppression, okay? Not using Christianity to justify their oppression, okay? So you have to understand the difference. You have to understand history and understand the difference. Black liberation theology is designed to contextualize Christianity in an attempt to help African Americans overcome oppression and fight against oppression, not make them complacent with their oppression.
Go to our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Okay, there's a 10-week online history course called Ancient Kemet, the Moors, and the Ma'afa, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. I teach the class on Saturdays, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our next classes are Saturday, March 9th, Saturday, March 16th, March 23rd, and March 30th. Okay.